Imagine you're having coffee in the middle of afternoon, people are casually walking around, cars are moving, birds are chirping, and then, without a single cloud in the sky, the sun simply disappears. Within seconds, the world around you begins turning dark. Streetlights switch on, birds suddenly stop singing. Some animals think it's nighttime and head back to sleep. The temperature begins dropping, stars appear in broad daylight. No, this isn't a disaster movie, it isn't an alien invasion, and thankfully, it also isn't the end of the world. It's one of nature's rarest and most breathtaking spectacles, a total solar eclipse. And on August 12th, Europe is about to witness something it hasn't seen over mainland Europe since 99. Millions are preparing for what many astronomers call the biggest sky event of the decade. So, what exactly is about to happen? Why will parts of Europe go suddenly dark on this particular day, and could this happen anywhere else? Why scientists are asking millions of people not to look at the sky? Let's talk about it. First, what is actually happening? Think of the sun, the earth, and the moon like three balls moving through space. Normally, moon quietly circles Earth every month, but very occasionally everything aligns almost perfectly. So the moon slips directly between Earth and the sun, and because of one unbelievable coincidence, the moon appears almost exactly the same size as the sun in our sky. Now here's the crazier part. The sun is nearly 400 times larger than the moon, but also it's almost 400 times farther away. That perfect ratio allows the moon to completely cover the sun, almost like someone placing a tiny coin over a giant floodlight. For a few magical moments, the day becomes night. Astronomers call it totality. Now imagine standing inside that shadow. 1 second bright sunshine, the next darkness. Not evening, not sunset, darkness. The sky turns deep blue, Venus and bright stars suddenly appear, and the sun's glowing outer atmosphere called the corona becomes visible. Normally, the corona is impossible to see because the sun is simply too bright. But during these precious moments, it becomes one of the most beautiful sights in our solar system. And that is why eclipse chasers travel thousands of kilometers just for 2 minutes. Now here's why this particular eclipse is making headlines. Europe hasn't experienced this kind of total eclipse over its mainland since August 99. And that was nearly 3 decades ago. Back then, millions watched as France, Germany, Austria, and several other countries briefly disappeared into the shadow. Since then, only remote corners of Europe have witnessed totality. Entire generations have never experienced one. Now, Europe will finally get another chance. But where will people actually see it? The moon's shadow begins its journey over northern Russia, then races across Greenland, brushes Iceland, and before reaching what will become Eclipse Central, Spain. Spain is expected to become the world's biggest eclipse destination. Hotels, mountains, beaches, small villages, almost everywhere along the eclipse path is expecting enormous crowds. Thousands of photographers, scientists, families, tourists, and astronomy enthusiasts are heading there for those magical 2 minutes. Even a tiny corner of Portugal will experience totality. Meanwhile, millions more across Europe, North America, and North Africa will witness at least a partial eclipse. But what about India? Unfortunately, if you're watching from India, you will not be able to see this eclipse. The event takes place after sunset for most of the country. So while Europe watches day turn into night, India will already be heading into evening. Now here's something fascinating. Ancient civilizations were terrified of eclipses. Some believed dragons were eating the sun, others thought demons had arrived. Entire kingdoms beat drums, lit fires, and prayed hoping the sun would return. Imagine seeing daylight suddenly disappear without any understanding of astronomy. It would have been absolutely terrifying. Today, we know it's science, but the feeling's still magical. Now, one important warning: never ever look directly at the sun during an eclipse. Even if most of it is covered, your eyes won't immediately feel the pain, but permanent damage can happen in seconds. Experts recommend only certified eclipse glasses, not sunglasses, not homemade filters, not your phone camera. Only proper eclipse viewers. Ironically, after the 2024 eclipse in America, searches for my eyes hurt spiked dramatically online. So yes, protecting your eyes definitely matters. Here's another fact. Solar eclipses happen somewhere on Earth almost every year, but because the moon's shadow is so incredibly narrow, your city may wait 200, 300, or even 400 years before witnessing another total eclipse. That's why astronomers call this a once-in-a-lifetime event. Miss it and you may never get another chance from the same location. And amazingly, Europe isn't done yet. Another spectacular eclipse is already coming in 2027. That one will last more than 6 minutes, making it one of the longest total solar eclipses of this century. And Spain gets another celestial show in 2028 with a dramatic Ring of Fire eclipse. Clearly, Europe's skies are about to become astronomy's biggest stage. So, on August 12th, somewhere in Spain, people will look up, the sun will disappear, birds will fall silent, temperatures will drop, stars will appear for less than 2 unforgettable minutes. Millions of people will witness something humans have admired, feared, and celebrated for 1,000 years. Not a disaster, not the apocalypse, just the universe reminding us how unbelievably small and incredibly lucky we really are. And if you ever get the chance to stand inside the moon's shadow, do not miss it. Because some moments quite literally only come once in a lifetime. We'll keep on following the developments. Meanwhile, thank you for watching. This is me, Riya Girdhar, signing off for Times Now Digital.